Everyone, it's Miss Cheryl from Sacred Heart Montessori, and we are going to do a handwriting activity to practice making jumping lines. And this week, in our next video, we will learn about the jumping family of letters. But for today, we're just going to practice jumping with a pencil or a marker. So I'm going to use my whiteboard. If you have a whiteboard at home, you can get that out now, and you'll need a special dry erase marker, not a regular marker, just a dry erase marker. So an adult can help you figure out and make sure you have the correct marker for a whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard, you can either use a tray that has cornmeal or flour in it, or you can use chalk, or you can even just use paper with crayons and markers, and I'll do that in just a minute. So you can just get scrap paper, this paper that we're done with. So I only need one side of it, so that works out just fine. Just make sure if you're using paper that has something on it that you check with your family and make sure it's not an important paper that they need. So I'm going to take my dry erase marker for my whiteboard. I like to put the lid here on the end. That way I don't lose it. And do you remember how we hold our pencil or our marker? I have 2 fingers pinched on top, and the 3rd finger is a chair underneath. I'm going to tilt this down so you can see my whiteboard. So I'm going to make some jumping lines. So what we'll do is I'll start here. I'm going to jump up. We're going to jump up, 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 up. And then when I jump down, I'm going to start to jump down the same line, but I'm going to land over here. We're jumping up and down, up, down, up, up. Oh, I did a whole row of jumping lines. Now, some of you I know are right dominant. That means you write best and draw best with your right hand. And some of you are left dominant. And that means that your left hand is the one that you prefer to use for writing and drawing. And so it's the same thing. You're just doing it with a different hand. It's hard for me to do my left hand because I am not left dominant. Up and down, up and down. Ooh. Can you tell which hand is my dominant hand? It was a lot easier for me to make those lines with my right hand. I need to practice more with my left hand. But you know what? That's how it is with anything. The more we practice, the easier it gets. So if you've done some practice on a whiteboard and then you're ready to try something new, another fun way to do jumping letters is to do it on a piece of paper and to use markers. And I'm going to make rainbow lines. So I'll pick a color I want to start with. Ooh, I like brown. I'm going to start with brown. And you can do this with crayons or with markers or with pencils. So I'll take off the lid. Put it back here. Okay. And I'm going to start here on the left side. And we're going to jump up and down. Up. All right, now I'm going to pick a different color. Ooh, I will do green. I also like green. Take the lid off. Put it on the end. And then these markers are nice because the line, it shows a line right where it's good to pinch our fingers. See how it's resting here in my hand? And then these 2 fingers are pinching. That one's underneath. All right, so you can watch me and then you can try it on your own. Jump up and down, up, up. My green marker is pretty faded. It's hard to see those lines, isn't it? All right, so when I'm done, I take the lid off, put it on, and listen for the click. Did you hear it? Sometimes you have to push it on a table to get the click. I'll do purple next. Jump up. And now, are all my lines exactly the same? They're not. Is that okay? Yes, we're just practicing our jumping lines. So even if they don't match up exactly, that's fine. We're just trying to practice going up and down. And what we really want to try is to get us the coming down to start along that same line and then land over here. So we jump up and then we're going to start to come down that very same line and then land over here. All right, so now it's your turn to practice. So you can decide if you want to try some on a whiteboard, if you want to try making some rainbow letters. You could even do all the colors of the rainbow. And then you can share a picture of it, of your work, in Google Classroom so that your teachers can see it.